If you're looking to transport up to 7 passengers in reasonable comfort, the 3-row 2015 Nissan Pathfinder just might be the right vehicle for you. While the Pathfinder used to be a true SUV that rode on a truck platform, its most recent redesign ushered in a car-like crossover SUV design. It rides smoothly in most forms, and its revised continuously variable transmission now performs stimulated shifts that mimic a regular automatic. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Nissan Pathfinder Platinum. Now, essentially, this is actually the 4th generation of the Pathfinder, and it was last redesigned in the 2013 model year. Now, here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. As you can see, typical Nissan Infinity key design here. Smart key. You do have remote engine start, your lock, unlock to release your tailgate, but you have to hold the button down, and then your panic button. And here's how to do the remote engine start. Pretty interesting there. Now, as far as styling goes on the vehicle, I quite like the styling a lot. I think it looks quite handsome, and I love how the headlights sweep back. However, I would love to see projectors in the future, but overall, I love the pretty rugged looking appearance, and it's pretty handsome. Now, essentially, the new things that are added for the 2015 model year is a blind spot warning system and rear cross traffic alert that have been added to the SL and Platinum trims, and all-wheel drive models are outfitted with hill descent control. Also, the continuously variable transmission, like how I mentioned earlier, receives new programming that stimulates conventional shifts, and the 360-degree parking camera is now available on the SL, and standard equipment has been slightly reshuffled this time around. Now, it is a dark blue exterior color with chrome door handles and smart key access on the driver and front passenger door, with a full-on black leather interior, powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar, of course. Now, stepping on into the vehicle here has a fairly low step-in height. It kind of slots in between a compact crossover and a full-size body-on-frame SUV. But as you can see, you're greeted with a very luxurious cabin design that you get on the Platinum models. And this one we have right here is a Platinum. Now, you do have push button ignition, of course. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. Full leather wrapped steering wheel. Now, coming to your transmission, you have a CVT automatic, and like I said, it is revised for this model year. And then you also do have lower gear selection, and then putting the vehicle into reverse displays your around view monitor. Now, you do have, of course, a rear backup camera with guidance lines and trajectory. And then you also can change the different views. If you press on camera right here, you have a camera on the side mirror, and then of course a backup camera. And then it gives you a top-down view. Pretty cool. And let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards too. Driver and front passenger window are fully automatic in the Pathfinder. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors. And you do have roof rails on the top right there. I love the looks of the 20-inch alloy wheels. I think they look quite good because they're not overdone in styling. Now, you do have halogen headlights and halogen fog lights. Like I said, in the future I would love to see projectors and some LED daytime running lights. Now under the hood you have this very highly fuel efficient 3.5 liter V6 producing 260 horses with 240 pound-feet of torque. Now expect EPA estimates of 19 in the city and 25 on the highway, which is very good class-leading numbers here. But we also do have the all-wheel drive model. Now if you actually get the front-wheel drive model, you're looking at EPA numbers of a extremely healthy 20 in the city and 27 on the highway. One of the most highly fuel-efficient powertrains here, and that's because of the CVT. Now it definitely delivers decent passing power for your daily commute, and it's paired with the CVT. It is pretty responsive since they revised it a little bit this year. But overall, this is definitely one of the class-leading powertrains here. Now, competitors of the Pathfinder, you have the vehicles in the 3-row large crossover SUV segment. You have the Sales King, the Ford Explorer, and then the Pathfinder's Japanese competitors, the Toyota Highlander, as well as the Honda Pilot and the Mazda CX-9. And then you also do have the Chevrolet Traverse, as well as the Dodge Durango and GMC Acadia. Now trims of the Pathfinder start at the S trim, which starts at $29,510. The SV starts at $32,810. The SL, $36,060, and then the fully loaded Platinum, like how we have here, $41,410. Now like I said, EPA estimates are 19 in the city and 25 on the highway. Total vehicle price for this particular one is $45,060. Coming to the rear, you have rear parking sensors, a rear window wiper with a rear window defroster, LED third brake light too. Of course, you have a nice soft touch armrest with nice stitching. This is the Platinum model. Nice mid door panel, soft touch on the upper door panel, chrome door handles, power windows, of course, power door locks, and power exterior mirrors. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Now, as far as build quality and materials go inside of this vehicle here, it's pretty average for the class. Build quality is pretty good for the most part. Not many panel gaps, and everything fits well together. Now, as far as materials go, in the most important spots, the materials are great, like the upper door panel, like how I said, and then the mid door panel, and then the armrest, which is really nice and soft to the touch, and then stitched as well. And then when you get to the dashboard, it does get a little bit cheaper. It looks like it's actually the same material that's carried over from the upper door panel, however it's not. It gets hard to the touch up here, but it has a really nice graining to it. At least it doesn't have a scuffy, scratchy kind of plasticky feel to it, so that's good. Overall, materials and build quality are good for the most part. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, I think it's a pretty stylish looking steering wheel design. However, I would love to see a little more metallic trim to sprucing up the look overall and give it more contrast, but it still works for me. Now, you do have your Bluetooth hands-free calling button, your voice recognition, steering wheel mounted audio controls, then your cruise control buttons are over here. And then right here is what's going to control your infotainment system. And then this button right here controls your little center screen right there, which I will get to in just a second. Now, coming to your center stack controls here, it's pretty easy to use. The buttons are a little small for my taste, however they work very well. You have dual zone automatic climate control, and it's also pretty easy to figure out. You have your fan speeds right here, what you would expect from a family crossover. Very simple and easy to use controls. You have your rear window defrost. Now coming to your center stack controls here, it has a pretty simple layout, I have to say. On the top portion right here, this controls your infotainment screen, which I will get to in just a second. Down right here is all your AC controls, and while the buttons are just a little tad small for my liking, they do work very well. They're very functional and what you would expect from a family crossover. Very simple and easy to use controls. However, they just can be just a little bit bigger. Now you do have your rear window defroster, dual zone automatic climate control too on this bad boy, and then your fan speeds right here, and then your front window defroster. Overall, I love the layout of it. Very simple and easy to use. Now coming down here, I actually like the nice wood grain. It definitely gives the interior a much more luxurious feel, much more unique and distinctive feel as well. Coming down here, you have your heated and cooled seats. And then right here you have your cup holders, and then a little storage cubby down there, and two 12-volt power outlets. Coming to your center console, the center console lid is nice, soft touch, and very padded and stitched. And then it is two-tiered. Decent amount of storage. And then down there is where you will find a USB port, and then a 12-volt power outlet right there, and then your video jacks. Now coming up here, you have your auto dimming rear view mirror with garage home link, then your sunglass container, and then your sunroof. Now you actually do have a panoramic sunroof, but it's just a sliding shade back there. Just gives the cabin a much more airy feel, and then maybe entertains your kids back there with the sunlight or the clouds or the stars. And then your interior illuminations lighting is right there, LEDs too. Now as far as the seats go, I like the seats quite a lot. They're very couch-like and they're very comfortable as well. Lots of cushion to them. And seats nowadays are usually getting much more firmer. And this actually has a lot of cushion while still providing great support too. Overall, I love it a lot, and the headrests are nice and big as well. Now let's get to the main head unit here. Now this head unit we've been seeing on many Nissans and Infinitis for the last few years, and it is in need for a pretty big update. Now it's still very functional, works very well. I have to say it is touchscreen, by the way, and you can control it by the touchscreen, or you can use these buttons down here. But the rendering of it is okay. Now you do have your AM, FM, XM satellite radio, of course, and then coming to your camera, you can actually activate the camera anytime, so I love that feature. And then you can enter in the destination by using this right here, or you can do it by voice too. And then looking at your map, you have live weather, live traffic as well. And the rendering of the map is okay, but don't expect anything like 3D rendering of buildings. You have your exterior temperature readout right here, and then your digital clock right there as well. And then coming to your map menu, if you press that map menu button over there, you have your store location, nearby places, different map views, and then you could change what map icons you want on there. And then you also do have a day and night mode too. You can change the brightness of the screen. And then coming to the information button right there, you can go to various amounts of information like the fuel economy, data, gives you your average fuel economy, you can reset it as well. And then you have your maintenance, schedules. And then you can actually say, where am I? And then just go straight to the map and it shows you where you are. Traffic info, nearby traffic info, weather info. Then you could do a map update. It shows you what navigation version you're on. And let's go ahead and test out the voice recognition.
Would you like to access phone, navigation, information, audio, or help? You can push the talk switch.
Navigation.
Navigation. Please say destination home, address, places, address book, or previous destinations.
Address.
Address. What state, please? For Canada.
California.
California. Please say the city name or say change state.
Sacramento.
Showing the matching cities. Please say a number from
1.
1. Sacramento. Please say the street name or say change city.
Cancel.
Showing the matching streets. Please say a number from the displayed list. Others.
Cancel.
Exit. Voice recognition is canceled.
So overall, the voice recognition does work pretty well for the most part. Now, if you actually go to status right here, it'll show you different information such as your climate control, like the fan speed, and then the temperature, and then like the route for your nav if you have a destination put in, and then your fuel economy data. Pretty interesting. Now coming right here, you have your optical disk drive, and then your presets are right there. AM, FM, satellite radio, and then your auxiliary input. And then you also do have other media sources such as Bluetooth streaming audio, and then your iPod integration via the USB, and then your auxiliary input too. Now coming to the gauges here, I love the gauges quite a lot, and they do kind of remind me of Kia with a white crisp illumination. Now coming to the center screen right there, it's going to show you various amounts of vehicle information. Yeah, it can show you your tire pressure monitoring system, and then your average fuel economy right there. And then if you have any warnings, then you could change different settings such as your driver assistance. And then it shows you your fuel range too, and then your average speed. And here's your tire pressure monitoring. Pretty neat. Now coming right here, you have your heated steering wheel, and then your power tailgates right there too. Traction control off button, and then if you want your power outlet on or off, and then you have your tow mode right there. And then right here you have your power tilting and telescoping steering wheel too. Nice range of adjustment. Now coming to this dial right here, this is your 4-wheel drive selector. You have your 2-wheel drive, auto, and then your 4-wheel drive locking modes. Now you also do have a Bose premium audio sound system with 13 speakers around the cabin, and then also includes a subwoofer as well. Now as a suburban runabout, the 2015 Pathfinder definitely gets the job done. The 3.5-liter V6 and CVT are responsive enough in most situations, and the gearless CVT stimulated upshifts take some of the monotonous droning out of maximum acceleration. Now on pavement, the Pathfinder suspension definitely does a really great job of soaking up bumps and road irregularities to create a very smooth and stable ride. However, if you do choose the Platinum model, which has 20-inch wheels, the ride is noticeably stiffer. All of the steering is very light and precise. Now as far as visibility goes, visibility is pretty good for the most part. Outward visibility is okay, and then there's a decent amount of glass area all around. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle, including the rear seat passenger space as well as cargo capacity. Power tailgate. Now these seats also do fold down by pulling the levers right here. Same with the second row seats. Now cargo capacity isn't as good as some rivals like the Chevrolet Traverse or the GMC Acadia. But you do have a 12-volt power outlet back here. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear. Chrome door handles back here too. And manual recline for the second row seats. The seats also do slide forward and aft for greater comfort. And then, like I said, you have that panoramic sunroof, which definitely gives it a much more airy feel. Cup holders with the rear center armrests, rear air vents back here, and then you also do have heated seats, and then automatic climate control, and then a 120 volt power outlet, and then your video jacks are right there. And then you also do have dual screens on the headrest for your rear seat entertainment system, and also dual mat pockets. Overall, it's fairly comfortable. However, I wish there was just a little bit more thigh support. Alright, now I actually do have the seat all the way back, and I'm about 5'11", and I am pretty cramped back here, but that's to be expected. The third row is definitely not meant for adults, only meant for small children. But it's not half bad back here. You actually do get an air vent, and then cup holders back here. And then I actually expected thigh support to be much worse, but it's actually okay for a third row. Then the headrests are quite large too. And then also same with the other side, you still get cup holders and then a rear air vent. Alright. Powered passenger seat with power recline. Nice and damped glove box. Alrighty. So with the premium interior design with high quality materials, decent room in the first and second row, good fuel economy, and a pretty user-friendly electronics interface, the 2015 Nissan Pathfinder is a very solid choice for a 7-passenger crossover SUV. So remember that this is Cameron Birch